friends. So this time I'm going to carry on from my sweet potato and coconut soup recipe, because I said to you that you could use that to make a Thai curry. Okay, so just going to put my gloves on because today I've painted my nails cranberry, you can see, and I want my nail varnish to stay nice. Okay, so if you look at my recipe about the sweet potato and coconut, that's the actual base of your sauce. Okay, so what you're going to need if you want to make it into an actual curry as well is you're going to want your frying pan or a wok. My wok's a bit scratched, so I'm going to just use my frying pan. I really should throw my wok away and get a new one. Anyway, you're going to need some oil. You can use whatever oil you like, really. I happen to have olive oil. I know it's not really the right thing, but anyway, I'm not fussy. I've got some raw chicken breasts. Okay, I'm going to do this for a family of 4, so I'm going to use 2 or 3 chicken breasts. I've got the Lazy Cook red chilies because I don't want to chop it up, and I've got this coriander, dried coriander. I've got 1 large carrot which I've peeled and started chopping. Again, I don't want to bore you with me chopping for ages. I've got 1 red pepper. I'm not going to use all of that, probably going to use about half of it. And I've actually got half an onion because there's already onion in the soup, if you remember. And I've got a couple of cloves of garlic. So I've got my gloves on now for many different reasons, not just my nail varnish. Okay, one is that I don't want to have my hands smelling of garlic, and this is what I'm doing now. I'm just gently cutting up a couple of cloves of garlic. Okay, now you want to do it quite small, so that's if you don't want to have large chunks of garlic, which I don't want to have large chunks. Okay, when you do fry your garlic, fry it quite gently, because if you burn it at all, it gets a bit of a bitter taste, and you don't want that coming through into your recipe. Okay, so anyway, as you can see, I'm not the best chopper in the world, but there is the garlic. So, oh, I really should put my oil in first, shouldn't I? So I want a reasonable amount, so I don't want my food sticking. Okay. If I wasn't doing this on camera, I'd actually go over to my hob and heat up my oil, but because I'm just kind of showing you like this, I'm afraid it's going to have to be a little bit not quite as I would normally do. So now I'm going to finish chopping up my carrot. Now, because it's not an ordinary curry, if I was doing an Indian curry, I'd actually chop the carrots up in circles. But because it's a Thai curry, I always sort of feel that you want the long strips somehow. I don't know why you do that. That's just sort of how you get it more in the curry when you go to a restaurant, isn't it? When you go to a Thai restaurant, it's always in these long strips like this. And when you go for an Indian curry, it's in circles. Anyway, do cut them up fairly fine, because otherwise you're going to spend ages while they slowly cook. Can you see that? In that goes. I'm going to just have a small teaspoon. Hang on, no, not that much. I'll kill the family otherwise. Half a teaspoon of chilli. I'm going to chop up my onion. Now, again, if I was doing an Indian curry, I would do this onion in rings. But I'm not doing it in rings, I'm just kind of cubing it up very small. Again, you want it quite small because otherwise it's going to take ages to cook. And normally we're all so busy with our lives that we haven't got ages to spend, have we, slaving over a hot stove. As I've mentioned before, I'm so used to cooking from scratch so that I know exactly what I'm putting into all of my recipes, with my daughter Stella having her nut allergy. So we're one of those families, because of her nut allergy, we very, very rarely have gone out to places like Thai, Indian, Chinese with her, because we don't dare risk it really. We're always worried that they can somehow put some kind of almonds in, walnuts, whatever. So she doesn't miss out on all the lovely flavours. I've always just made them at home really. I think I've actually saved us a fortune on takeaways, because we very, very rarely, well, we never have a takeaway. So I'm just going to put half a red pepper in. My eyes are actually slightly stinging from the onion. I obviously didn't wash it properly. Actually, do you know what? I think I actually forgot to wash it. So there we are. So if you wash off when you peeled your onion, if you wash off the toxins, you'll be fine. But if you do what I've just done, and forget, then you will have eyes that sting. Okay, that's my red pepper. In that goes, okay. I'm going to put in a bit of the green coriander leaf at the moment. I mean, ideally, I'd like some fresh coriander, but I haven't got any, so I'm afraid we're putting up with this dried stuff today. That's those ingredients. I'm going to start cooking that slowly. Meanwhile, I've got this horrible job of the raw chicken. Actually, I'm going to cut it straight in with the veg. You know what, I'm going to cut it all in. So I have a pair of scissors that are obviously very, very clean. They've been in the dishwasher. And I'm going to just chop up my chicken into fairly small bits. I seem to be lisping today with these braces. It's getting on my nerves. My poor pupils on a driving lesson have to put up with this all day long. Can you imagine? Okay, so that's one chicken breast chopped up quite small. We're not massive meat eaters in our family. I know some families like a lot of meat, but to be honest, 3 of these chicken breasts will be absolutely fine for us. The spare one that's in the packet, I'll probably cook that with a little bit of bacon. Makes it really, really tasty, and have it for some kind of sandwich filling or something. There's many, many recipes you can choose from, isn't there? Anyway, I'm just going to pause you in a minute, because again, this has got a horrible stringy bit in it. I'll get rid of that in a minute. Okay, so bear with me, as Miranda says, bear with, and I'm going to go over and just start cooking this. So I'm going to pause you for a minute, okay? Right, I've just taken this off the hob so you can actually see what I'm doing. I don't know if you can see that very well, okay? I haven't finished cooking it. What I do is I start it with a little bit of the oil that you saw me put in, and then when I see the chicken is starting to cook through, when it starts going pale, I then put some of my sauce in, because I feel like that keeps the chickens much softer. It doesn't go tough then, okay? And I'm basically almost steaming it, because what I do is I put the lid on it and I just cook it quite slowly, and I'm probably going to cook it for about 20 minutes on fairly low heat. Every so often I'll give it a bit of a stir and then put the lid back on. And when I feel that the carrots, I can taste a carrot, when the carrot has gone nice and soft and the chicken's cooked through, I'll then put the rest of the sauce in and very gently simmer that. Meanwhile, I've just realised I've got my fan on. Can you actually hear me? I hope you can. I've got my extractor fan on. Meanwhile, in the corner of my kitchen over there, in my microwave, I've got some brown rice cooking. I always cook my rice in a rice cooker in the microwave. So brown rice takes quite a long time. It probably needs about 32 minutes, okay? So I started my rice first, then I'm doing all of this. When it's all done, I'll plate it up and show you, and hopefully you like the look of it, and I'll tell you if it tastes nice. Okay, bye. Okay, half an hour later, I have now served the brown rice and my chicken Thai curry. I've sprinkled a little bit of the dried coriander just into the middle, can you see? Again, ideally, fresh coriander would be lovely on top, okay? But that's a nice tasty dinner. I'm going to taste it and see what I think. It's delicious. Really, really nice. My husband has eaten his dinner already, and he actually said it was 11 out of 10. So that's a nice compliment. When I first started wearing braces, I personally wouldn't want to eat rice. So what I would actually have had with this, I would have had all the sauce stuff, but I'd probably have mashed potato, because rice was a bit of a no-no when I first had braces. But now I would just eat it as it is, and I'm quite happy, okay? Anyway, I just thought I wanted to show you the fact that you could have soup, but you could also turn it into a Thai curry fairly easily, I think, anyway, and hopefully you agree with me, okay? I'll make a note here. What did I say? Oh yes, I was going to ask you if any of you got any suggestions of things you'd like me to cook. Please comment below. Obviously, like and subscribe would be great as well. And I will talk to you another day. Bye.